We are getting ready for college baseball. A couple of old rivals, Dickinson State and Mayville State, going at it. We'll come back with our pregame show right after this from our major sponsors on KDIX Dickinson. We'll be back in about 2 minutes.
You have big dreams for your community. At Rivera, so do we. Giving back more than $1 million locally each year. It's something bigger than time and money. We give heart. Wearing bright yellow and lending a hand. It's not just giving back.
Watch your step.
It's building forward.
Nice and easy.
With local sponsorships and decision making, the impact is felt everywhere. It's who we are. Rivera. Let's forge ahead together.
Are you ready for summer fun and adventure? Spend an exciting time at Badlands Ministries just south of Medora, where you'll grow in faith and have the time of your life. For over 90 years, Badlands Ministries has provided a safe place for people of all ages and denominations to experience Christ's love. Take a leap of faith and enjoy the many activities from ropes courses, fun Bible studies, crazy games, hiking, swimming, campfires, songs, skits, and more. Call or go to badlandsministries.org. See you at camp.
At Consolidated, we believe that neighbors serving neighbors is what it's all about. Now, when you partner with us, we'll give you up to $150 bill credit for every neighbor or friend you refer to Consolidated. Receive a $50 credit for one service, a $100 credit for two, even $150 for all three services. Choose from internet, telephone, or cable TV. Plus, there's no limit on referrals. Get to know your neighbor and earn $150 in bill credit. Find out more at consolidatednd.com.
The dictionary defines community as a group of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
Need a new car?
We're just about ready to get to going here. The umpire's out there, and I think before we get going, I'm going to take another quick break here before I look at our Justin Glass starting lineups. Make sure we get our break in from Justin Glass and Coca-Cola. Tristan back at the studio. Again, a reminder, we are with Consolidated Channel 18. Are we live today, Trace? We are live and direct, Channel 18 across Southwest and Western North Dakota, so we're getting ready to go to work here. Let's take a break from Justin Glass on KDIX and Consolidated and Coca-Cola. Back in 90 seconds. We'll go through a quick run-through of our starting lineups for Mayville and Dickinson State.
Well, Dan is your man.
What do you mean I'm your man?
Well, you're the one that came up with the idea of free car washes for life.
That was a great idea. Look, here comes another one.
Da-da-da! Crime fighters to the rescue!
Buy any vehicle from Dan Porter Motors and enjoy free car washes for life.
Gonna need more bubbles.
Wait a second. Who's Bubbles?
Dan Porter Motors, baby approved, grown up guaranteed.
All right, back with you at the ballpark. Our umpires dressed in black today. The sun is shining. What a gorgeous day today at the old ballpark. Let's take a look at Mayville State for you first of all. Their batting order will include Robert Gurney, the catcher. And he'll be leading it off. Cam Goff, the right fielder, hits number 2. Kevin Conway, the DH, in the number 3 spot. In the cleanup hole, it'll be Jalen Denton, the left fielder. Zach Evan Choco will be at first base. Jack McQueen at second base. He'll bat number 6, batting number 7. Keegan Neva, the third baseman. Marshall Judas in center field. And Tony Villarreal will be the shortstop, and he will hit in the number 9 spot. And again, Garrett Lundmark will not hit. He will be on the mound. Dickinson State defensively, Ty Farwell behind the plate. Mason Lunsman, the young man out of Jamestown High School, Jamestown, North Dakota, the lefty on the mound. Dokes will be at first base. Taryn will be at third base. Rodriguez will be at shortstop. Buchanan will be at second base. Finders will be in right field. Roberts will be in center field. And Salazar will be in left field for Dickinson State. These two teams, Dickinson State 14-13 on the season and 15-10 for Mayville State overall. Conference play 1-3 for the Hawks, and for Mayville State on the season in league play, they come in with a record of 2-2 on the season in league play. Of course, Dickinson State women's softball team in action at Helena, Montana against Carroll College today. They split yesterday, that conference on the women's side. 8 teams involved in that, and they split everything. Each team seems to win one and lose one. Really a balanced conference this year from top to bottom. And they'll be back home Tuesday against Bismarck State. And our broadcast schedule has changed a little bit because the high school has decided instead of playing Tuesday when the weather forecast isn't real great, and of course you well know in March the weather forecast can change from now to 6 o'clock, but they looked at the forecast on Friday, got together with their opponent Williston on Monday here at the ballpark, and they decided to play on Monday because they're supposed to be in the upper 50s to around 60 degrees, and then only in the 30s to around 40 on Tuesday. So the high school, we will have a doubleheader for the high school for you, and that will take place now on Monday, and that will be 3:45 and approximately 5:45, depending upon the length of the first ball game. And then Tuesday, if the weather holds, we will have college softball, a doubleheader. Dickinson State hosting Bismarck State, and I think 1 and 3 are the start times for that on 2. We just got a busy past week, a busy week this week, and in between all of that, we have NCAA basketball action as they head towards the Final Four next weekend. And again, they will be in action today. Following our doubleheader broadcast, we'll have coverage of the NCAA. And if you would like to listen to the NCAA, they start at approximately, it'll be the first tip-offs around 4:10 Mountain Time. We'll be in baseball. But just go to our website and go to Listen Live and go below that to our schedule. And there's an icon for Westwood One Sports. Just click on that. And it's very simple. You can just give it a listen and pick the game you want to listen to. Of course, today only 2 games, so they'll follow each other. So just click on the first ball game, and you can listen to that, listen to us. You can watch it on Consolidated. You can take all kinds of sports, and we try to please all of our listeners and all of our viewers, and we're going to do that today with college baseball, NCAA basketball, your sports leader in West North Dakota. KDIX introduced of the Dickinson State Blue Hawks being done as they trot out. Field looks in great shape. Of course, the artificial turf for you on the infield and a little bit into the outfield, and the natural turf on the outfield. Not green yet, but it looks nice. And again, Dickinson State will go to work defensively first of all. Not quite sure where our umpires are from. I was going to get that, and they didn't have it ready for me. So not too bad of a crowd filter in. Nice afternoon, as we said, for a ball game here at the Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. I think we're going to have our national anthem, so I'm going to see if we can pick it up. I got my outside mic right beside the crowd speaker here, so we should be able to pick it up, the PA speaker.
Remove all headwear. Honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
I love the ballpark. We can definitely pick up the national anthem here. No problem with that. Again, we're just about ready to go. Dickinson's Mason Lensman on the mound, warming up. The lefty out of Jamestown will get the start this afternoon in Game 1. 4-game series this weekend, 2 tomorrow. Now, tomorrow we do not have coverage. Had some other commitments tomorrow early, and then, of course, they moved that game. It was supposed to be Friday. We wanted to bring you both games yesterday, and we were going to do that on Friday, but they decided it was a little too chilly. It actually ended up not being too bad yesterday, not quite as nice as today. So they're going to play that doubleheader, moved it from Friday to Sunday, and it goofed our programs up a little bit. So tomorrow will be exclusive with our church programs and the NCAA as they go to the Elite Eight and try to get to the Final Four. But today we're with you with the Blue Hawks, and of course Monday and Tuesday high school. Then Tuesday I believe we've got high school or college softball. Thursday we've our college high school softball on Thursday, college softball on Tuesday, high school baseball on Monday, and it just keeps going on and on and on. And I think Friday we do have college baseball for you. Friday is Dwayne Munlucks and the nationally ranked Bellevue University team, the team that's kind of dominated the old conference, the old Frontier Conference, and now in the Frontier Conference, and getting ready to go to work here. So Lensman finishes his warm-ups up, so we've got a full week of coverage coming your way. I'll have the first game here. Tristan Sturr is going to do the second game for you, so we'll have him on call of the 7-inning games. Again, they play 9-inning games the first game. That's the conference rule. 9 and 7, I do believe, so that is the way we go to work here. And leading it off will be Robert Gurney, the catcher for Mayville State, as he steps into the batter's box, and we step up to the plate. A 62-degree pitch. First pitch coming on Katie Ikes. Dickinson catches the outside corner. Nope, they say missed the outside corner at 102, our first pitch. And again, 62 degrees, sunshine, and a breeze out of the west. Not very strong on this Saturday afternoon. Again, ready to go to work. 0-1 pitch becomes a 1-1 pitch, I should say now. 1-1 to Gurney. Again, ready to go to work. One thing I do like, they use this clock now. They put a scoreboard clock underneath the brand new, and again here at the park, they've got a brand new video board above the scoreboard, first time this year, and it's a nice looking unit up there, and it keeps you abreast of a picture of the people at the plate and that type of thing. And Gurney's got his big picture splashed on the board, not quite as big as one at the back, but not a bad look on, ripped down the third base line. Great backhand stop by Turan across the diamond. He got him. Well, we start out, that might be our play of the game. That one was scorched down the third base line between the bag and the third baseman, and Turan had to reach back behind his body, snagged it, fired a strike to first, and Gurney gets robbed of a base hit. 5-3 on the putout. And the crowd continuing to filter in here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark, and again getting ready to go quickly on the pitch, on the way. That's up high for a ball, and that makes it a 1-0 count to Cam Goff, the right fielder. So Goff getting ready to go to work. Outfield deep for Goff. Deep and left is Salazar. Deep in center, Robertson. Fenders way back, almost underneath the scoreboard in right field. There's another drive down that third base line. They're trying to time Lensman a bit and have pulled him pretty well from the right side of the batter's box. Goff scorches that one into foul territory, and the count goes even at 1-1 strike. So 1-1 the count. Again, Lensman ready on the mound. Delivery on the way. Right down the middle for strike 2. Good fastball that time by Lensman. Pitch count clock is now working underneath the scoreboard. You got 20 seconds from when you get the ball back to get that pitch off. Again, ready. Lensman doesn't waste much of that clock. That one just a bit low, so ball 2. So 2-2 the count. So a 2-2 count. As you said, folks coming in, enjoying the 62-degree day right now here at the Southside Ballpark. Thank you for that temp, guys. Appreciate that. Here comes the 2-2 delivery, wrapped down the third base line. That'll drift, I believe, towards the left field fence. It stays fair. Foul ball. I thought it was out of here, but it drifted into foul territory. So the count, he got all of that, Goff did, but it just drifted beyond the fair foul line in the foul ball. 320, by the way, down the left field line and right field line. Straightaway center at 375. Again, no score just underway on a gorgeous March. Can you believe that? A gorgeous March day to play baseball. We were talking about that a little bit. There's a foul ball towards the Dickinson dugout, so the count stays 2-2. Dickinson High, I was going to look back and see how many times Dickinson High boys and girls track up in Sidney, Montana. They are in Williston. How many times you've had 2 outdoor track meets in March? Well, Dickinson High has done that this year. That is really an amazing stat, maybe more so than baseball. Here's the pitch on the way, low and in the turf, so ball 3, so the count goes full to Goff. But that is a stat that is interesting and amazing. Usually you don't get, sometimes you get into April and you don't get 2 track meets in, but already in March, 2 outdoor track meets. And of course, JD will keep us updated and have all the track results for you later tonight on our Sports Club hotlines following NCAA basketball action. High fly ball just off the infield turf, backing up a bit into the grass, the brown grass in the outfield. Is the shortstop Rodriguez, and he'll haul it in, so F6. So Goff proved to be a tough customer at the plate, but Lunsman got him to go down. Conway will step up to the plate. Billy Tomlin, the head coach. That's where I was going with that. Of the Mayville State Comets, of course, he was for a couple of years was the head coach for the Badlands Big Sticks. That pitch misses low and away for a ball, but Billy now back at Mayville State, where he was an assistant, and now is the head coach, and of course, had a couple of years at the helm of the Badlands Big Six. Again ready. Here comes the pitch. Whoa, the bat flies over the Dickinson dugout. That's the way Trace Wells and I would swing. We can't hang on to that bat, but he sent that one sailing. Didn't get over the screen, but got over the dugout, behind the dugout, and they'll bring the bat back out. And the count to Conway, we're going 1-1. Lost complete control, took the cut. Got a strike, and then, whoops, there goes the bat over the dugout of Dickinson State, down the third baseline, into the fence behind the Dickinson dugout. It's retrieved by one of the Blue Hawks, and they bring it back out to Conway. Again, Dickinson State and Mayville State. Frontier Conference basketball. Count misses, or count goes to 2-1. Lunsman took a bit off that pitch and missed outside and high, so the count at 2-1. That infield again sets for Dickinson State. Dokes over at first, and Tarrant, who's made a nice play. That pitch followed out of play, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 the count. Dickinson State again working here in the ball game with no score, and Mayville State likewise with no score. Again ready. Lunsman comes to the stretch and to the pitch. There's a line into the screen, and the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 the count. 2 outs, nobody on. We play here in the top of the first inning. Again ready, lefty Lunsman with the delivery. Poke towards the gap in left field, giving chase, and not catching up with it. It bounces off the fence on the warning track. It'll be picked up there by Salazar, who ran a long ways trying to get to it, but could not catch up with it. And Conway goes in with a stand-up double at second base. So a nice hustle play by Conway to get in there. And first hit of the ball game for Mayville State comes with 2 outs, and that'll bring the cleanup hitter, Jalen Denton, to the plate. So Denton, the left fielder, will step into the batter's box. He'll hit from the left-hand side, so it'll be lefty versus lefty here at the ballpark. Again, Lunsman will take that look back to second. Conway, not a real big lead. That pitch sails inside to the lefty, Denton, and the count goes to 1-0. So 1-0 count. Lunsman again has his sign from his catcher, Farwell. Tie with the sign. Here comes the pitch. Little bounder towards the first baseman. Fielded cleanly there by Dokes. He'll win the race to the bag. Out at first base is Denton on the 3 unassisted. But no runs in the inning for Mayville State on 1 hit. No Dickinson errors and 1 man left on base. Let's move to the home half of inning number 1. We're underway on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Dickinson. And it is a no-score ball game as we head to the bottom of the first. Mayville State and Dickinson State will be back in 1 minute.
Big Boy Toys. DTE.
Looking for a turnkey business with a proven track record? For over 50 years, our family has helped yours feel right at home with quality furniture, trusted brands, and a service that always came with a smile. Now it's time to pass the torch. Our family-owned furniture business is for sale, including all inventory, delivery trucks, and a loyal customer base. This is your solid opportunity to own a piece of history that is built on decades of care. Call 483-5108 and ask how you can own a piece of family tradition and keep the comfort going.
Got two good pitchers in game one, Lunsman and Lundmark going. Lunsman, of course, for Dickinson State. And Lundmark for Mayville State. Dickinson State will send to the plate Ramon Tarrant, Jace Buchanan, and Ty Farwell, the leadoff hitter, second batter in the order, and then the catcher and number 3 hitter in the lineup, Farwell for Dickinson State. After that, it's Rodriguez, Stokes, and Salazar, then Wilhelm, Finders, and Roberts for Dickinson State. So again, boy, that's a long warm-up session for Lundmark out there. They're giving him a lot of pitches. As we said, 62 degrees right now in Dickinson. Just a light breeze out of the west currently.
Now batting for the Blue Hawks, the third baseman, number 32, Ramon Tarrant.
Tarrant to the plate. So Ramon Tarrant steps up to the plate for Dickinson State. Leadoff hitter. Ramon out of Venezuela. Ramon hits the batter's box and slaps that one down the right field line and out of play. Tarrant is a junior out of Barquisimeto, Venezuela, via Rochester Community College. So making his way from Minnesota to North Dakota via Venezuela. This one hit hard at the second baseman. Clean scoop and fire for McQueen, and it's a 4-3 putout. Hit hard, but baseball, sometimes your hardest hit balls are the ones that are the easiest outs, and that got to McQueen at second in a hurry, and he just fielded it and fired over and got Tarrant on the 4-3 putout. Stepping to the plate now, Jace Buchanan, another veteran for Dickinson State. He's had an outstanding career here. And he's hoping to improve on that this afternoon here at the ballpark. Here comes the delivery, pitch on the way, a little bit inside. Nope, they say it got the corner, so the count goes 1-0. As we said, sunshine, and then once in a while we get some high clouds, and it's just been a nice afternoon here at the Dakota Community Bank and Trust ballpark. Here we go, pitch on the way. Did it get the strike zone? Nope, that one just a bit high. Now that one I thought maybe was a strike. The first one I thought maybe it was a ball, but that's why I'm up here and the man in black are out in the field. So 1-1 the count. They're right down there. We're way up here. Higher as you can get here at the ballpark. Ooh, that one shaves almost the belt buckle of Buchanan. He kind of just pulls the belly button in and backs up a bit, and it just about got him, but he missed it, so the count will go to 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2-1 the count. Again ready. Lundmark on the mound. Delivery on the way. That goes way outside and low, so the count goes to 3-1. So Buchanan trying to become the first base runner for Dickinson State University. And third baseman sneaking in a bit. That is Neva over at third base for the Comets. Up on the green turf. Here comes the 3-1 delivery. Swung on. Big cut by Buchanan. Couldn't catch it. And the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 the count. And Lundmark works pretty quickly. He doesn't get that pitch clock under. Oh, man, what a pitch by Lundmark. Fastball, outside corner, knees. Buchanan was heading back to the dugout almost before the ball got to the catcher's mitt. He knew it. Strikeout number 1 for Lundmark. Out number 2 for Dickinson State. Ty Farwell steps to the plate. The catcher hits from the left-hand side, so Farwell will step up to the batter's box. Ty readies himself again. Here comes the delivery. That one ripped towards center field. Will it drop in? I do believe so. Yep, over the shortstop head in front of the center fielder. That looping line drive, and in at first base with Dickinson State's first hit, much like Mayville State. 2 outs, they got their first hit. Dickinson State, 2 outs, their first hit. Here comes a guy that can do a lot of things with the bat. Outstanding player, Luis Rodriguez, running, pinch running. Coming into pinch run for Dickinson State, Sawyer Briner, 5'9", out of Petersburg, Alaska. So he'll be pinch running for the catcher, Farwell. So big lead. Now he's going to shorten it up a bit over at first base. Now he stretches it a bit again, and Rodriguez ready at the plate. He's going to go. There's a pitch low and away, and that'll be an easy stolen base. So Farwell, he got the hit. And Reiner, who came in to pinch run for him, still second base. And now the Blue Hawks, like Mayville, have that scoring ability here. The runner at second base in scoring position with 2 outs. Rodriguez at the plate, 1-0 the count. Luis Rodriguez ready, swung on and missed, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count. Well, I tell you what, both these teams have, they must have, I don't know, looks like about 40 guys on each team. The dugouts are full, the bullpen area is full for Mayville State, the dugout's full for the Comets, it's full for Dickinson State. Big rosters for both of these teams. Over, I'm thinking about 40 plus guys, 35 to 40 guys suited up. That one inside goes to third, and he's got another stolen base. That young man can fly. See why they put him in the pinch run. Reiner again. Back-to-back stolen bases. And the count now at 2 balls and 1 strike to Rodriguez. Dickinson State trying to punch the first run of the ball game across the plate here in the bottom of the first. No score with the Blue Hawks and Mayville State. First of 2 on KDIX and Consolidated TV. That pitch way out of the strike zone. I'm being careful with Rodriguez here. Moses Dokes, another solid hitter. The number 5 hitter and first baseman on deck. Again off Reiner, off third base with back-to-back stolen bases. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, big cut and missed. Rodriguez likes it, swings that bat angrily as he stepped out of the batter's box. I think he liked that pitch, just didn't catch it. And again, Lundmark can put some heat on it, and he did on that fastball. Here comes the 3-2 delivery on the way here in the bottom of the first. Pitch on there, swinging, strike 3. Foul tipped into the glove, and down goes Rodriguez for out number 3. And for Dickinson State, no runs on 1 hit. There were no Mayville State errors, and 1 left on base. 1 complete, we're even Steven. It's Mayville State nothing, Dickinson State nothing on KDIX and Consolidated Live TV across Southwest and Western North Dakota, Channel 18. We'll come back to the ballpark, Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon. We'll do it for you in 1 minute.
At Infinity Real Estate Group, we go to great lengths to find the answers to most any questions our clients may have. We strive to do our best to personalize your buying or selling experience with firsthand knowledge.
I really love Dickinson. How is the weather here in North Dakota?
You know what? It's amazing. We can have all 4 seasons in 1 week. When it's time to choose the team to represent you with all your real estate needs, choose Infinity Real Estate Group. Experience the Infinity way.
Infinity Real Estate Group.
As your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here.
First baseman number 33, Zach Evanopko.
Well, back with you. Evan Chaco comes to the plate. Evan Chaco, Zach hits from the left side. That pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count, so no 1 count. Evan Chaco today coming in, hitting at about 274 for Mayville State. Here's the pitch. High fly ball on the infield. Lunsman's calling everybody off as he comes off the mound, just in fair territory, about halfway between home and third. And
batting for the Comets, number 5.
Pitcher hauls it in, so that's an F1. McQueen will step to the plate. Matt playing second base today in game 1 for the Comets. So McQueen steps up to the plate, hitting 294. Comets pretty solid as a team, hitting about 285 on the season. Another high fly ball. This one to center field. Roberts getting under it. In medium deep center field, and quickly 2 up and 2 down as McQueen goes out F8.
No batting for the Comets, number 4, Keegan Neva.
Neva to the plate. Keegan will step up with 2 outs, nobody on. And Neva again readies himself. Pitch on the way. Ripped into left field. He likes to get hits with 2 outs. Mayville did it in the first inning, and Dickinson in the first inning. Now the Comets do it again here in inning number 2. So with 2 outs, nobody on. Now there is 2 outs, and Neva on at first base with Mayville State's second hit of the ball game. So again, stepping up. Neva steps off of first base. Judish to the plate. Center fielder, number 8 hitter. Pitch on the way. Did he hold up? Nope. He did not. He goes around. Dickinson State appealed it, and the outplay umpire said, yep, he went around. So 3-man crew working here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. About 62 degrees. A breeze out of the west. That one pitches a bit low for a ball. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count. So a 1-1 count. Kind of blowing straight out towards left center and left field is the wind. Again, quickly ready. Throw over to first base this time. And again, not a big lead by Neva, but Lensman wants to keep him close. As Judish steps into the batter's box for Mayville State. Judish, just a .220 hitter from the left-hand side. And again, he is ready at the plate. Lensman ready on the mound. Did it hit him? Nope. I thought it hit him, but they say nope, it did not hit him. So down to second base. That'll be a wild pitch. So Neva hustles down to second base with the wild pitch from Lensman. That came in high and tight, and I thought Judish got plunked, but he got out of the way, but the ball got to the backstop. And the count 2-1. So Lensman again ready. Here's the pitch. There's a bunt attempt down the first base line. Lensman fields it, fires the first. Nicely done. Judish trying to sneak that bunt in, but Lensman will have no part of it. He had a busy, active evening. Got a put out and assist. The put out, F1 to begin the inning. The assist, 1-3 to end the inning. And on the CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard, we've gone through an inning and a half. For Mayville State in the top of the second, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We're going to head to the bottom half of inning number 2 of this doubleheader, game 1, a 9-inning game. Dickinson State nothing, Mayville State nothing. Back on Consolidated, and Katie Oxen will be back in 1 minute.
The Hub in North Dickinson is more than your ordinary convenience store. From Godfather's Pizza and the Hub Cafe to gourmet coffee, tea, and more. Stop by early for breakfast or grab something to go. We carry a variety of donuts that we make fresh every day. If your vehicle is dirty, we now have a state-of-the-art car wash at both locations. Stop in and see what we have to offer at the Hub located on North Highway 22 or the Hub West Dakota Oil on East Villard in Dickinson. We're changing the way people think about the convenience store industry.
Saving money feels impossible when you're young, but Western Cooperative Credit Union is here to help. Our CU Succeed program gives you monthly interest payments, free checking, easy and secure online banking, and a 1% discount on a one-time loan. Plus, earn cash for being on the honor roll with our Good Grades program. Get started today at wccu.org. Western Cooperative Credit Union. Join the herd. Visit us today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Dickinson State and Mayville State, the Hawks, will send Dokes, Salazar, and Wilharm to the plate. Dokes hitting at .329 on the season. Salazar at .255. And Dokes, again, as we mentioned, at .329 for Dickinson State. And Wilharm also a nice season going at .318. So a couple of the top hitters stepping up here, and Dokes and Wilharm. Wilharm DHing in this ball game. Here comes the pitch on the way. Low outside corner. Did it get it? Nope, it did not. So 1-0 the count to Moses. Moses on the season, one of the team leaders in RBIs, number 2 in the team with 24. Has 3 home runs, so he's got good power. This one powered towards right center field. Going back to center fielder, looking up, looking at the pine trees, and watching it sail over his shoulder in between the pine trees and out of Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. We told you, Dokes, one of the top power hitters for Dickinson State. And Moses gives Dickinson State an early 1-0 lead with the solo blast over the right center field fence Watched that time by center fielder Judas. He got back there, but he knew once he got back there, it was out of the ballpark. So a good shot that time by Dokes. A second hit for Dickinson State. And they lead it 1-0. And here comes Salazar to the plate. Salazar will step into the batter's box. Jaden Salazar at .255 on the season. Left-handed hitting. Left fielder for Dickinson State. Pitch on the way. Did he get the corner? He did. And he got it belt high also. Good pitch. After giving up that solo blast by Lundmark, comes right back with a strike. 0-1 the count. So an 0-1 count. Again ready on the delivery. Swung on. Foul chipped. I think he got a piece of it. It's a strike regardless as it went into the catcher's glove. And it doesn't matter if he got a piece of it or he missed it altogether. It's a strike. So the count 0-2. Again ready. Lundmark on the mound. Here's the pitch. Into the screen. Near the on-deck circle for Dickinson State on the third base side of Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. And the count stays at 0-2. Pitch clock reset now at 20. And Lundmark ready to go to work. Like we said, he usually gets it off by about 14, 15. He doesn't waste a lot of time on the mound. Good pitch that time with the 0-2 count. Tried to get him to chase that pitch. Took a little bit off it and tried to get him to chase it. Jammed him up a little bit, but just a little bit too high above the letters. So that time Salazar has the count go to 1-2. And he's ready again with Dickinson State leading now 1-0. That one hit down the left field line, and that will drift over towards the Dickinson bullpen and out of play. And the count stays at 1-2 strikes, so 1-2 the count. Dickinson State and Mayville State. Frontier Conference baseball action on Consolidated. And Katie Oxboy Lundmark pulled the string that time, and Salazar froze. Never even got the bat off his shoulders. And he heads back to the dugout. Strikeout number 3 in the ball game for Lundmark. He has recorded a total of 4 outs. 3 have been strikeouts. And that'll bring Wilharm to the plate, the DH for Dickinson State. Mike Dowell coaching down at third base. And readies himself at the plate. Wilharm, that one bounces to the backstop and up on the screen. The count goes to 1-0. So 1-0 the count. Dickinson State 1, Mayville State nothing. CHI St. Alexius L scoreboard. Again ready, pitch. Mounted towards the third baseman, scooped on the hop, that time by Neva, over to first 5-3 for the second out of the inning, and that will bring Caden Finders, a young man out of Williston, North Dakota, has really had a nice, solid career here at Dickinson State University for the Blue Hawk baseball team. Finders hitting a .264, 9 RBIs on the season. He has a home run and about 3 doubles on the season. Finders ready. A pitch outside corner, fastball for a strike. 0-1 the count, so an 0-1 count. Finders again slides back into that batter's box. Dickinson State again on the CHI St. Alexius L scoreboard with a 1-0 lead. Pitch on the way. That one a good cut by Finders, and that one will drift over the Dickinson bullpen area to the left-handing hitting Finders, and out of play in the count quickly, 0-2. Well, let's see what he has up his sleeve, that being Lundmark. He said 3 of the 5 outs have been strikeouts, so he's got that rhythm going. Here comes the 0-2 delivery. That hit him. Ooh, boy. Not quite sure where it got him, but it got him. I heard it up here. Hit by the pitch. That's what you call taking one for the team, and that was a pretty hard one to take. So Finders down to first base. Jaden Roberts. So Jaden Roberts stepping up to the plate. Roberts, 306 on the years. He is the leading home run hitter for Dickinson State with 5. Dokes now has 4 with that earlier blast here in the bottom of the second. Finders ready. High fly ball. Shallow left field. The shortstop's going to call everybody off. Villarreal goes out on the outfield grass, and the first pitch is a fly out by Roberts, F6 on the outfield grass. But Dickinson comes up with 1 run on 1 hit. There were no Mayville State errors, and there was 1 man left on base. 2 complete on the CHI St. Alexius L scoreboard. Dickinson State 1, Mayville State nothing. We go to the third on Consolidated TV, and Katie Iackson will do it for you in 1 minute.
West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company proudly offers products and services that help fuel our customers' lives with clean burning propane and bulk fuel and convenient on-site delivery with premium farm and road fuels. We provide energy where and when you need it most, with locations throughout Southwest North Dakota. West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company. Locally owned, locally strong. The products you need with the service you deserve.
You have big dreams for your community. At Rivera, so do we. Giving back more than $1 million locally each year. It's something bigger than time and money. We give heart. Wearing bright yellow and lending a hand. It's not just giving back.
Watch your step.
It's building forward.
Nice and easy.
With local sponsorships and decision making, the impact is felt everywhere. It's who we are. Bravera. Let's forge ahead together.
Well, as we come back, we head to the top of the third. Leading it off is Villarreal for the Mayville State Comets. Dickinson State leading it 1-0 on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. Pitch hit towards the third baseman. It's going to be on the short hop. Up with it, Turan over to first. And a 5-3 put out of Villarreal. And that will bring the leadoff hitter, Gurney, to the plate. So Gurney will step up to the plate. Gurney is first time up, grounded out to third base on a beautiful play by Turan over at third base. And the Blue Hawks with the 1-0 lead. Pitch on the way, swung on and missed. Took a bit off it, did Lundsman. And the count goes to 0-1. So 0-1 the count. Again, quickly ready. Pitch gets to the backstop behind the catcher, and the count will clear to 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count. Gurney again steps back in. Here comes the 1-1 delivery on the way. That sails up a bit high, so 2-1 the count. Lundsman has given up a couple of hits in this ball game. Hasn't struck out a batter and hasn't walked a batter. Here in the top of the third. Here comes the pitch. Looper over the Mayville State dugouts, and there's one of my favorite spots. I take a look over towards my right, and the concession stand is open. And boy, they have a tremendous concession stand here, whether it's for the Blue Hawks, whether it's for the Mavericks, whether it's for the Rough Riders, whether it's for the Big Stick. Just a classy dining area over there. Ball over to the shortstop and easily handled by Rodriguez, and that's a 6-3 put out. So two up and 2 down for Mayville State as we play here in the top of the third inning with the Hawks leading the Comets 1-0 on our CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. Again ready. Pitch on the way, right down the middle for a strike to Goff, who flew out to shortstop Rodriguez, his first time up. He's batting for the second time, facing the lefty, Mason Lundsman, the Jamestown, North Dakota native. Here comes the pitch in the turf, or in the dirt if you prefer. 1 ball and 1 strike, so 1-1 the count. A nice crowd continues to filter in here this afternoon. Again ready. Delivery on the way. Fly ball. Right field coming in. Fenders in front of the scoreboard. He'll haul it in to his glove, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. F9 on the putout as Fenders gathers it in for the Blue Hawks and Mayville State. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We go to the home half of inning number 3 on our CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. Got a good one going here. 2 pitchers doing a good job. Dickinson State 1 and Mayville State 0. We'll come back with the home half of inning number 3 in 60 seconds on KDIX and Consolidated.
Are you ready for summer fun and adventure? Spend an exciting time at Badlands Ministries just south of Medora, where you'll grow in faith and have the time of your life. For over 90 years, Badlands Ministries has provided a safe place for people of all ages and denominations to experience Christ's love. Take a leap of faith and enjoy the many activities from ropes courses, fun Bible studies, crazy games, hiking, swimming, campfires, songs, skits, and more. Call or go to badlandsministries.org. See you at camp.
Have you ever left home wondering if you locked the front door or closed the garage door? Did you forget to turn out the lights or lower the thermostat? Who's watching and protecting your home when you're away? Consolidated Home Security and Automation can take care of the little things so you don't have to. With 24/7 monitoring backed by local techs and support, Consolidated has you covered. Call 483-4000. Convenience, comfort, and control in one app. Total peace of mind.
Back to the top of the order, Taryn, Buchanan, and Farwell for Dickinson State. Taryn comes to the plate out of Venezuela, and he'll step up because he mentioned his first time out. Bounced out to the second baseman. Dickinson State softball team leading 6-2 through 5 innings out in Helena, Montana. In the first game of 2, there's a deep shot to the shortstop. Villarreal backhands it, fires it over the first. Nicely done. Good play by Villarreal at shortstop. 6-3 on the putout. Had to go towards the third base line and backhand it and then come across the body with the good throw. And Taryn with some good speed just couldn't beat it out. Buchanan, who struck out his first time up, steps up to the plate. Buchanan hitting in the number 2 spot for Dickinson State. And 62 degrees sunshine, a light westerly breeze here at the ballpark. And the Blue Hawks leading 1-0. Beautiful March afternoon. That one off the top of the catcher's mitt over the batting helmet that time of Buchanan, who ducked under it, and the count goes to 1-0. So 1-0 the count. You're with KDIX, 1230 AM, FM 100.7, KDIX.net, and Consolidated Television, Channel 18 throughout Southwest and Western North Dakota. We're ready to go back to work, and that pitch misses badly, low and away, so Buchanan works the count in his favor now at 2-0. On deck, Ty Farwell, who had Dickinson's first hit of the ball game. The second hit was a home run. That's been our only scoring play of the ball game. That from Dokes. High fly ball on the first base side. First baseman Evan Cole comes under it, calls everybody off in foul territory and puts it in the glove. So that'll be a foul out. F3 on the follow out. Farwell to the plate, so Farwell will step to the plate. Farwell hitting again from the right-hand side. Ty on the season, one of the leading hitters, in fact is the leading hitter at 376 for Dickinson State. He's had a great year. And he's going to go down to first base. Second hit by pitch by Lundmark as he hit Fenders earlier and now plunks Farwell, so he goes to first. And that'll bring Rodriguez to the plate. So Farwell down to first. Lundmark. Lundmark's record, by the way, 3-1 on the season. That's a good ERA, aren't you? About 3.12, not a bad ERA. And Lundmark goes to the stretch now. Throw to first base and back in easily. Farwell, of course, not running again. The speedster who stole 2 bases the last time he was up. That is Sawyer Briner. Let's see if he's going to go again. He went to second, went to third, and eventually got stranded there, but he showed some great speed. There he goes again. There's the pitch outside and high. Throw is high. They got safe at second base, so Briner underneath the tag. That time of the second baseman, the Queen, with a stolen base down to second. And Rodriguez has the count 1-0. Rodriguez on the year for the Blue Hawks steps into the batter's box from the right side. And long time this one, Lundmark, a long look back at second. He knows that That base runner can go that right over the top of us, so we'll just duck out of the way, and the count does go to 1 ball and 1 strike. Rodriguez, as we said, 275 on the year. 18 RBIs, has produced well at the plate with his hits. Again, ready, the 1-1 delivery coming from Lundmark. So Rodriguez to the backstop it goes. That'll be a wild pitch. So again, quickly down. Briner goes down to third base. Easily that time on the wild pitch. I think a little bit of concentration with Lundsman that time. Thinking about Briner at second base after he has stolen 3 bases on him already and just kind of lost that pitch immediately. 2 balls and 1 strike. Rodriguez trying to stretch that lead for the Hawks. Here comes a pitch. Swinging strike 2. Big cut. Rodriguez a bit off balance, but went after it, and the count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 the count. Again, right back into that batter's box comes Rodriguez, the right-handed hitting shortstop for Dickinson State. Runner at third, 2 outs, 1-0 lead for the Blue Hawks. Bottom of the third, here's the pitch. Swinging strike 3, got him again through the heat. Up around the shoulders, Rodriguez liked it, Rodriguez chased it, Rodriguez missed it. Strikeout number 4 now in the ball game for the right-hander. Lundmark from Mayville State through 3 innings. Dickinson State in the inning comes up with no runs on no hits. There were no Mayville State errors and 1 left on base. 3 complete. CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard. Dickinson State 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. Mayville State no runs, 2 hits. They've committed no errors. We'll head to the top of the 4th with Dickinson State in the lead, 1-0. We'll be back in Consolidated, and Katie Axman will be back with you in 1 minute.
Banking is some of the most important things in your life, and banking at the right bank is very important. We're really proud of our bank because we have great people, and our people are what make our bank go. We always want to treat our customers right and do the best job we can for them, and try to do things to help make our communities better.
Need a new car? Well, Dan is your man.
What do you mean I'm your man?
Well, you're the one that came up with the idea of free car washes for life.
That was a great idea. Look, here comes another one.
Da-da-da! Crime fighters to the rescue!
Buy any vehicle from Dan Porter Motors and enjoy free car washes for life.
Gonna need more bubbles.
Wait a second. Who's Bubbles?
Dan Porter Motors, baby approved, grown up guaranteed.
Up Buchanan at second and Dokes over at first. Farwell behind the plate. Lundsman, who's done a nice job, back on the mound again, ready to go to work for Dickinson State. He's scattered 2 hits. That pitch slapped out of play that time by the right-handed hitting Kevin Conway. He had a double his last time up, so he has 1 of the 2 hits for Mayville State. There we go. Thought my pen ran out of ink. Here's the pitch, swinging strike 2. So Lundsman, a little sneaky fastball that time. Doesn't throw exceptionally hard, but uses a lot of pace pitches. A little slow, then a little quicker, and then pretty quick on that. Pretty quick one. Looks pretty quick after those first 2 speeds he comes with. This one followed out a play over the concession stand area, so the count stays at 0-2. It'll be Conway, Denton, and Evantranco, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for Mayville State here in the top of the 4th inning with Dickinson State leading 1-0. Again, ready, pitch on the way. That one, good waste pitch by Lundsman. Just threw it out of the strike zone, hoping maybe, just maybe, Conway would chase it. And, well, Conway said, I'm not going to chase it, so the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Infield back all the way around. Here's the pitch. Down low, went high, went low, and the count goes even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 the count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1-0 lead for the Blue Hawks. Softball team, by the way, in the top of the 6th, leading Carroll College out in Helena 6-2 in game number 1. They'll play a doubleheader out there also today. There's a line drive, third base line, fair ball. That'll be extra bases, and I think Conway will have his 2nd double of the ball game. And again, he'll go in standing up, turned on that one in a hurry. He likes hitting against Lundsman. He has scolded 2 balls into left center, and now this one down the left field line. And he has his second hit of the ball game, and Mayville State now with the tying run down at second base, and Denton will come to the plate. Denton grounded out to Dokes his first time up, so Denton 0 for 1, but Jalen an opportunity here to advance that runner over to third and maybe drive him in with the base hit. Outfield really deep. Anything gets in the outfield in front of the outfielders, it's going to score a run from second. Again, ready, pitch on the way. Fly ball, deep left field, but it's going to stay in the park. And Salazar back there has got it measured just short of the warning track. He went the opposite way and gave it a good ride, did Denton, and the count clears off the boards. F7 on the putout. Evanako comes to the plate. Evanako, again, his last time up, flew out to the pitcher right in front of the third base coaching box, right in the fair territory side in the infield, so he was an infield flyout. Here comes the pitch into the screen, and the count goes to 0-1. So 0-1 the count. So an 0-1 count to Evanako. So Evanako again readies himself. Zach hits from the left-hand side. Pitch on the way. Nice curveball by Lundgren. That was a pretty pitch, my friends. Might have been his best curveball of the first 3 1/3 innings here as we play in the top of the fourth. That had Evanako completely tied up. Here comes the 0-2 delivery on the way again. A look back to second base. Here comes the pitch. High fly ball, foul territory, first base side. Dokes under it. Dokes drifting, and he's going to haul it in. Made it kind of interesting, but I guess if it gets in the glove, that's all that matters, and that'll be an F3 follow out. And McQueen will step to the plate. McQueen in the ball game. Flew out to center field his last time up. He is 0 for 1. Running down at second. Conway. Pitch on the way. Fly ball, center field again. Dropping back, Roberts. About 2 steps in front of the warning track. Hit it about 370 feet, but not quite deep enough to get out of the park. So McQueen goes out F8. And that leadoff double by Conway goes for naught for Mayville State as they come up with no runs on 1 hit. There were no Dickinson errors, and there was 1 man left on base. Let's move to the bottom of the fourth on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. Dickinson State 1, Mayville State nothing. We'll come back to DCBT, Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark on Consolidated, and Katie Oxen will be back with you in 60 seconds.
Number 23, Moses Doak.
Well, Moses Doak, who has done the job offensively for Dickinson State in this ball game. Dokes has the only hit that has driven in a run, and that was a solo home run for either ball club, and a 1-0 lead here for Dickinson State in the bottom of the fourth inning. Dokes takes that pitch right down the middle at the belt for a strike. 0-1 the count, so an 0-1 count. Dokes again ready. Here comes the pitch. Outside corner, but a bit low, so the count goes even at 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count. Again, nice crowd just continuing. Just gonna, hey, nothing better than coming to the ballpark, enjoying a sunshiny afternoon. Our temperature continues to rise. We had good curveball that time. That little, might have been a slider even. The count goes to 1-2. Lundmark again in the ball game with 4 strikeouts through 3 innings. 1-2 delivery coming. Dokes waves at that and misses it, and he becomes strikeout victim number 5 in the ball game on the KO. 1 up and 1 down. Salazar to the plate for Dickinson State. Salazar stepping up. Salazar his last time up. Struck out. 0 for 1 in the ball game. 1-0 again. Dickinson State in the lead. Pitch on the way. Salazar into the screen. It comes right back towards us, but the screen catches it, so the count goes to 0-1. So an 0-1 count. Again, Dokes goes down swinging. Salazar and Wilhelm, the scheduled batters here in the inning for Dickinson State. That one outside corner fastball. Nice pitch by Lundmark. Again, 0-2 the count, so an 0-2 count. And again, ready on the mound. Here comes the pitch. That one followed over the umpire room and building down there and out of play into the street. Just missed a nice looking pickup, and the count stays at 0-2, so 0-2 the count. Concession stand busy. Come on down the ballpark, enjoy some concessions, enjoy yourself in a beautiful afternoon. That one down the left field line again, out of play. And the count stays at 0-2, so 0-2 the count. Dickinson State 1, Mayville State nothing on the CHI. St. Alexius Health scoreboard here in Dickinson. Game 1 of 2 right for you on KDIX and Consolidated. Here comes the 0-2 delivery on the way. Got him looking. Beautiful pitch that time on the outside corner. Just took a bit off and not ready for it. Salazar goes down. Strikeout victim number 6. And Wyatt Wilhelm will step to the plate. Wilhelm grounded out the third his last time up, so Wilhelm readies himself. Yeah, the right-handed hitting Wilhelm looking to get on base with 2 outs here, and Dickinson up 1-0. Here comes the pitch. Inside corner, boy, he's in his zone right now. He, being the right-hander, Garrett Lundmark for Mayville State. Here comes the delivery, 0-1. High fly ball, center field. It's deep. It's going back towards the fence. It's going to be up, and it's out of here. He caught it all. The center fielder threw his glove up, trying to get it Judish, and he couldn't bring it in. Now he's got to jump over the fence to get his glove and his hat back and the baseball, but he reached up, threw the glove up in the air. Glove went flying over the fence. He hit the fence. The hat went over the fence, and Wilhelm crosses home plate with an RBI, a run scored, and a hit, all in one swing of the bat. And Dickinson State now has a 2-0 lead on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. And here comes Caden Finders, who was hit by a pitch his first time up. So good job of hitting by Wilhelm. Straight away center. That probably went about 385, 390. That pitch in there for a strike. So again, excellent job of hitting that time by Wilhelm. That is his second home run of the season and his 16th RBI. That pitch in there again. Nope, they say missed outside for a ball. So 1-1 the count. So 1-1 count. Umpires back to the traditional behind the plate. First base, third base set up here. A 3-man crew, a mandatory in the Frontier Conference. Here comes the pitch. Just got a piece of it. It goes to the backstop, and the count to Finders goes 1-2. So 1-2 the count. So the long ball has been the difference in this ball game for Dickinson State in Game 1. Again, ready to go to work. They lead it now 2-0. Here comes the 1-2 delivery on the way. Swung on and missed, and it's a strikeout inning for the right-hander Lundmark. In between gives up a home run, but 3 strikeouts, a home run, and Dickinson State builds on the lead. That's 7 strikeouts now for Lundmark. And Dickinson comes up with 1 run, 1 hit. There were no Mayville State errors, and no one left on base. 4 complete on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. Dickinson State 2, Mayville State nothing. We'll come back to DCBT at the Southside Park, and we'll do it for you in 1 minute on KDIX Dickinson.
Looking for a turnkey business with a proven track record? For over 50 years, our family has helped yours feel right at home with quality furniture, trusted brands, and a service that always came with a smile. Now it's time to pass the torch. Our family-owned furniture business is for sale, including all inventory, delivery trucks, and a loyal customer base. This is your solid opportunity to own a piece of history that is built on decades of care. Call 483-5108 and ask how you can own a piece of family tradition and keep the comfort going.
At Infinity Real Estate Group, we go to great lengths to find the answers to most any questions our clients may have. We strive to do our best to personalize your buying or selling experience with firsthand knowledge.
Hey, Ben.
Neva, 1 for 1. Not a lot of hits by either team in this ball game. Mayville State 3. Neva takes the first pitch, curveball for a strike. Dickinson State 2. Both of their hits have been home runs. They lead 2-0 on the CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard. Bounder third base side towards the coaching box, and it will drift out of play. And the count to Neva goes to 0-2. As you said, Lundsman has not struck out a batter, has not walked a batter, and has not hit a batter, and has scattered 3 hits in this 2-0 lead for Dickinson State. The lefty from Jamestown ready. Here comes the pitch. Bounded towards Dokes at first base. He can't field it. Second baseman does. They go to first. They got him. Nice play. Went off Dokes' glove. That'll go to a 3. Then into the glove of the second baseman, the Queen. Then over to the pitcher, Lundsman. So a 3-4-1 put out. Nicely done. Lundsman hustling off the mound very alertly. Sometimes that pitcher doesn't get over there. Lundsman wasted no time. He saw that Dokes was going to have a hard time with it, and he did. It went through him and then went right into the glove of the second baseman for Dickinson State, Buchanan, and Buchanan fired it over to Lundsman, coming at first. Foul ball out of play. Judish, who flew out to first baseman, Dokes his last time up, so 0-1 the count. So 0-1 the count, or bounced out, excuse me, to the pitcher, Lundsman his last time up, so he is 0 for 1. Again ready. Pitch on the way, into the screen it goes, so 0-2 the count. So an 0-2 count on the CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard. Dickinson State leading 2-0 over Mayville State. Again, pitch is ready. Here comes the 0-2 delivery. Mounted back towards the middle. Second baseman fields it, fires it over to first, but he'll beat it out easily. Infield hit. That's the tough play. It got by the pitcher. Lundsman couldn't get to it, and then it just bounced over the mound, over the bag, and coming over on the shortstop side is a sharp hit ball to third baseman to begin the ball game. That still probably is our play of the game here so far at the ballpark. So again ready. Lundsman in a bit of a mini jam. He's had runners on second before, so we'll see what he does. That pitch outside for a ball, 1-0 the count. Conway reached a second in a double with 2 outs in the first inning. Neva got down there with 2 outs in the third inning. And Conway led off with a double in the fourth inning. Pitch on the way, swinging strike to the backstop, foul ball. So they've had runners in position to score. Lundsman has just been able to get out of the situations. 2-0 lead for Dickinson State. Again, ready to go to work on the scoreboard for Dickinson State. The plate this year for Mayville State. Here comes the 3-1 delivery. Runners off first and second, not even close. So first base on ball of the ball game comes here in the top of the fifth inning and loads the bases up. Over to third, Judish. Down to second, Villarreal. And Cam Goff to the plate. So Goff will come to the plate with 1 out. And 3 on. We're going to have a visit to the mound here. I don't think we're going to have a pitching change, but they're going to see if they can get Lundsman to settle down. Kind of got that first out, did a good job covering at first base, then that infield hit, and then the solid hit by Villarreal, who's down at second now, and then the 4-pitch walk to Gurney, and all of a sudden the base was loaded, 1 out, Dickinson State leading 2-0. And of course, as you well know, in baseball, softball, any sports, you get that momentum going, and the runs and the momentum can change in a hurry, and the Comets trying to do that right now here, down 2-0 in the top of the fifth inning on the CHI St. Alexius South score. Goff, 0-1, he's ready. So is Lundsman. Pitch is On the way from the lefty, high and away for a ball. This pitch is beginning to sail a little bit on Lunsman right now. To the right-handed batters, he's kind of been high and away, and now the left-handed batter's also a little bit high and away. Now he's looking at a right-handed batter. Here comes a 1-1 delivery. Drops it in there for a strike. And 1-2 the count, so 1-2 count. So one Helena Montana. Here's the pitch, a bounder. Third base, charging hard. And air the ball. Third baseman dropped the baseball. That would have been an easy play at the plate. And Turan dropped the ball. And that'll be an E5 and an unearned run, scoring tough break. They had the runner by a mile at the plate. And he kind of just didn't look the ball into the glove. Instead was trying to follow the runner to see where he was at. So an error and a run scored for the Comets, and it's a 2-1 ball game, and bases still loaded with one out. And Conway, who has been very tough on Lunsman to the plate, 2 for 2, 2 doubles in this baseball game. He doubles here, and the Comets got the lead back, and that pitch sails high. 1-0 the count, so 1-0 count. Bases loaded, now at first base, Goff reaching on that error. Second base, Gurney. Third base, Villarreal. 2-1 our score. The momentum has just sailed through the first 4 innings, but here in the 5th, the Comets have made it difficult. Here comes the 2-1 delivery. Fly ball, right side, and that will drift in the foul territory over towards the party shed and party deck and picnic area down the right field line, where there's a lot of Comets out there. A lot of Comets in the dugout, a lot of Blue Hawks in their bullpen area and in the dugout. Like I said, both these teams are going to have 35 or 40 guys dressed today here at the ballpark. Again ready. 2-2 delivery coming to Con. But the Comets back into an even ball game. 2-2 our score. Here comes the pitch. Followed back to the backstop, and the count goes to 0-1. So 0-1 the count. Remember, first of 2 here on KDIX. Dickinson State led 2-0 till now. Well, game is 1 hour old, so pretty good paced ball game here at the ballpark as we play in the top of the 5th. Here comes the pitch on the way, curveball. A little bit high for a ball, so the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count. Dickinson State again. Number 1 on the CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard. Dickinson State 2, Mayville State 2. On Consolidated and KDIX, we'll be back in 1 minute with the bottom of the 5th.
We've got you. It's a pledge to make sure you're always taken care of. A pledge that your Touchstone Energy Cooperative honors each and every
car wash at both locations. Stop in and see what we have to offer at the Hub located on North Highway 22 or the Hub West Dakota Oil on East Villard in Dickinson. We're changing the way people think about the convenience store industry.
Well, welcome back, everyone. Bottom of the 5th, halfway through this 9-inning affair in this Frontier Conference matchup, and we're now all even. Dickinson State jumped out to a 1-0. Again, quickly ready in the batter's box is Roberts. Quickly ready on the mound. Lundmark wastes no time. There's the pitch high and away for ball 2. So 2-1 the count. So a 2-1 count. As we said, just a gorgeous March afternoon. So we should bottle this one, and every time I come into the ballpark, I'll open the bottle and we'll play on a day like today. Just a light breeze, mostly sunny skies. Swinging strike, too. Boy, that was out of the strike zone. And Roberts must have liked it up around the shoulder blades, and he cut at it. Didn't get it. Kind of allowed Roberts to sneak in under the tag. Dickinson State 2, Mayville State 2. Got a good pitcher's duel going here. Turan, like he's going to bunt. They pull it back. There's a throw down. And going into second base, it gets away from the second baseman. That'll be an error on the catcher. A bad throw. He came up off balance and threw it to the second base side. The second baseman, McQueen, tried to get a glove on it. Kind of ticked it, but it rolled all the way to left field. So a stolen base for Roberts. Dickinson's 4th of the ball game. The other 3 belong to the pinch runner extraordinaire, Briner, who has stolen 3 of 3. And then the error on the catcher allows Roberts the throw down to second to go over to third. So 90 feet away, the lead run for Dickinson State. And at the plate, Aaron again with the count, 1-0. Infield in on the third base and first base side. Here's the pitch. Fly ball right side. Let's see where it's going to go. Will it stay in the park? It kind of does, but nobody can get to it. Evanako tried to get to it, and he could not, so the count will go even at 1 ball and 1 strike to Tarrant. So Ramon again will step back into the batter's box. Dickinson State 2, Mayville State 2. On the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. Again ready. Here comes the 1-1 delivery. There's a bunt attempt. They tried the safety squeeze, and it doesn't work. Roberts coming a few steps off. Teran trying to get the bat on it and didn't get close and waved at it and missed, so the count goes to 1-2. Buchanan on deck for Dickinson State. And she missed it again. Dickinson State women's softball won game 1 out in Carroll this afternoon. 6-2. Game 2 just about ready to get underway. Here comes a 1-2 delivery outside on the breaking ball, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. .372 hitter for Ramon on the year. He's been good at the plate. 16 RBIs, that leadoff hitter. Good from your leadoff hitter. At 16 ribbies. Here comes the pitch. Up high, ball 3, good eye. Again, over at third base, Roberts. Come off sideways and now take a couple steps towards home plate with nobody out. 2-2 ball game. Dickinson trying to get that lead back. That one followed to the backstop, so Teran, tough customer. He's hanging in there. So again, quickly to the mound. Again, ready. Here comes the pitch. Outside corner. Teran knew it. He'll go sit down. Boy, this young man, Lundmark, doing a great job on the mound. That is strikeout number 8. Big out there with nobody out and a runner on third. You got that first one. Now you got 1 down. Lundmark, 49 strikeouts on the season for Mayville State. Coming into this ball game at 8, that's 57. That pitch way outside for a ball to Buchanan, who was followed out and struck out. 1-0 the count. So he has done a great job on the man. He is 3-1, as we said. The earned run average 3.12. He's pitched now. This is his 5th. He's pitched 40 innings, and he struck out 57. That's pretty good effort on the mound. And he's got a ways to go in this one. There's the bunt. It's going to be a squeeze. They're going to try and get him at the plate. Do they get him? He's safe. Ball popped out of his glove. Couldn't hang on to it. And then safely at the plate, the squeeze works, so an RBI.
Now batting for your Blue Hawks, the catcher number 22,
coming in to score. Good bunt. RBI for Buchanan, and the bunt single. So the bunt single and an RBI for Buchanan. Coming in to score, Roberts, his first run of the ball game, and Dickinson State back out in front, 3-2, and Farwell to the plate, 1 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch and singled. The Hawks' leading hitter on the season. There's another attempt of a steal, and they get in there. He's in safely again with another stolen base. That's Dickinson State's 5th stolen base. They are 5 of 5 right now in stolen bases in this ball game. So an alert play that time by Roberts. A good slide at the plate, and the ball just popped momentarily up in the air when it came from the pitcher who kind of underhanded it, and he got under the tag and into the home plate area. And Farwell at the plate now with the runner Buchanan down at second base. A look back, here comes the pitch. That's all going to get away from the catcher, and that'll be a passed ball. And down the third base goes Buchanan. And at the plate, now we're going to have a visit to the mound, Farwell. And again, really, no fault really by Lundmark. I guess he could have maybe made a better throw and a better pitch that time, but he's been pretty dandy on the mound. 1 ball, 1 strike. I don't think we're going to have a pitching change here, so we'll just keep it right here, Tristan, in the bottom of the 5th. With Dickinson State up now on the CHI St. Alexius L scoreboard by a margin of 3-2. The Blue Hawks, again, will take about a 20-minute break in between games, and we'll have the 7-inning portion of this Frontier Conference doubleheader. Dickinson State 3, Mayville State 2. Yeah, let's wait and see what happens. No pitching change. Farwell will come back into the batter's box. Ty. Again, the Hawks leading hitter on the season, 376. Couple of home runs, 25 RBIs. Does lead the team in RBIs. He's got an RBI opportunity here. Infield in for Mayville State with just 1 out and the runner at third, and now down by 1, 3-2. Inside for a ball. Good fastball. That had some heat on it from Lundmark. Again, has struck out 8 batters. Again, ready to go back to work. Lundmark. Garrett comes to the stretch. Here's the pitch. Lined over the shortstop's glove. The infield in, if he's back, it's an easy play, but you got to play those odds, and they played the odds, bringing the infield in, trying to cut the run off. And as a result, that line shot, which if you're back normally would have been right at the letters, back near the outfield grass, well over the head that time. And Farwell continues his torrid hitting. He's got his second hit of the ball game, drives in a run. Coming in to score, Buchanan, who stole the base, advanced on a pass ball, so Dickinson creating some runs with some opportunities to take advantage of, and they've done that. Rodriguez, one of the Hawks' leading hitters, he's had a tough go here in the first ball game, 0 for 2, has struck out both times. So a runner at first, let's see, Farwell is out again, and guess who's in again? The guy that's 3 for 3 and stolen bases, the pinch runner, the throw over to first. As Sawyer Briner, the senior out of Petersburg, Alaska, Bryant and Stratton College, just 5'9" and 190, but he's got some scoot in him, and he's stolen 3 of 3 base attempts this afternoon, pinch running. And Lundmark says, I'm having no part of it this time. We're going to hold you on. Bright sunshine again over Southside Municipal, Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. Just a gorgeous Saturday afternoon here, and the crowd enjoying it. Really a nice crowd on hand taking in. Must have been hungry for baseball. We got a great crowd. Curveball misses outside. Ball 2. So 2-1 the count now. Or 1-0 they say the count to Rodriguez, excuse me. Let's go there. There we go. 1-0 the count. Pitch on the way. Out of play over the Mayville State dugout, and the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count. Dickinson State leading now 4-2, led 2-0. Mayville tied it up. 5th inning's been a scoring parade for both teams. 2 for the Hawks, 2 for the Comets. Now the Hawks back up by 2. Reiner back in safely at first base. CHI St. Alexius L scoreboard was even, now no longer even, with Dickinson up 4-2. Again, quickly ready. Long look, here comes the pitch. There goes the runner. Did he swing? I think so. There's the throw down. And again, in safe. There's Briner again with another stolen base. He is 4 for 4 in stolen bases now. Briner. Dickinson State is 6 of 6 in stolen bases. And the Hawks are running wild here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. That is their 6th stolen base in 6 attempts. Lundmark again ready. Let's see if they send Briner again. Big lead. Here comes the pitch. Foul tip to the backstop, and the count evens 2-2 now to Rodriguez. Rodriguez again hits from the right side. Luis Rodriguez back into the box. Takes his time. Takes a look around. Now settles in, as does Lundmark. Here comes the delivery. There goes the runner again. They got him hung up, but he's going to go in with another stolen base. How about that? He didn't even throw to the plate, and Briner gets in there. That's going to be, are we approaching a school record there in stolen bases? That's amazing. That's the Sagan Osborne SID. That's got to be close. That's 5 of 5 now in stolen bases for Briner. 7 of 7 stolen bases for Dickinson State. Well, maybe somebody stole more. Here comes the pitch. High fly ball towards the gap. It's going to get to the gap. It's going to be off the fence. That'll score Briner. And into second base, Rodriguez gets off the snide with that hard hit double off the base of the fence in left center. And Dickinson State opens up the ball game more, and that might be it for Mr. Lundmark, as that is an RBI double and a run scored in the ball game. Biner will come in to score, and Dickinson State now leads it on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard 5-2. Still one out, and still one on. Down at second base is Rodriguez. Dokes on deck, who has a home run. And I don't know if we're going to have a pitching change or not. Let's wait and see. Keep it right here for the moment, trying to watch out there and see. They're going to take him out. I thought they were out once already, but maybe not. Maybe I screwed that. Yep, he is coming out. That was the second visit, so that's going to do it. We'll try to get all the changes upcoming here for you. Let's take a 90-second timeout, Tristan. A minute and a half break here. Well, we've got a pitching change with the Blue Hawks. Broke it open here after the Comets rallied back to tie it 2-2 in the top of the fifth. The Hawks going to work, have scored 3 in the bottom of the fifth, have a runner in second, one out. We've got a pitching change coming, and we'll come back to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark on Consolidated Channel 18, live television and live radio, KDIX 1230 AM, FM 100.7, KDIX.net. We'll be back. And let's make it a 60-second break, on both outlets.
Saving money feels impossible when you're young, but Western Cooperative Credit Union is here to help. Our CU Succeed program gives you monthly interest payments, free checking, easy and secure online banking, and a 1% discount on a one-time loan. Plus, earn cash for being on the honor roll with our Good Grades program. Get started today at WCCU.org, Western Cooperative Credit Union. Join the herd. Visit us today. Federally insured by NCUA.
West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company proudly offers products and services that help fuel our customers' lives with clean-burning propane and bulk fuel and convenient on-site delivery with premium farm and road fuels. We provide energy where and when you need it most, with locations throughout Southwest North Dakota. West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company. Locally owned, locally strong. The products you need with the service you deserve.
You have big dreams for your community. At Rivera,
Ben Larson will come in for Mayville State, replacing Lundmark. Lundmark, we can close the books on him in just a moment for you here on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. He goes 4 1/3 innings, gives up 7 hits, 5 runs, struck out 8, hit 2 batters, did not walk a batter, and he leaves with 2 wild pitches in the contest. Dokes to the plate. Dokes has struck out and had a solo home run in the second inning as the Hawks lead it now on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard by a margin of 5-2. Again, ready to go to work. That pitch high and away for a ball. And the count 1-0 to Dokes. Larson, a right-hander, readies himself. Larson ready. 1-0 the count. Pitch on the way. On the corner from Larson for a strike. So Larson checks into the contest. Right-hander. Off of second base, Rodriguez, who had that RBI double. Make it a 5-2 lead. A pitch misses for a ball. 2-1 now the count, so 2-1 the count to Dokes. Out of Devil's Lake, North Dakota, Ben Larson on the mound in relief. 5-2 lead for Dickinson State. Pitch on the way. Ball 3. So 3-1 the count, so a 3-1 count. No activity now in the Dickinson State bullpen. Again, ready to go back to work. The right-hander, Ben Larson. Pitch on the way. Ball 4.
Now batting for the Blue Hawks, the left fielder,
First
number
walk
3, Jaden Salazar.
by Mayville State pitching. As we said, Lundmark did not have a walk. Had 2 hit batters. First and second still went out. Salazar, the 7th batter of the inning for Dickinson State. We're going to have a conference in the batting box area. Dickinson State takes a timeout. We're going to have a pinch runner here maybe for Dokes. Looks like it maybe. Home plate umpire and Mike Dowell. Mike not coaching at third, he's doing it from the dugout.
Now pitch running for the Blue Hawks, number 34, Jack Price.
Jack Price, the Dickinson High Maverick, the midget / now Maverick, and Rough Rider in the run for Dickinson High. So Jack Price in the run for Dickinson State. So Price comes in the run for Dokes. Dokes probably will re-enter, but right now Price at first, Rodriguez at second. Salazar faking the bunt. It's a foul ball on the bunt attempt. Didn't get the bat on it, so the count goes to 0-1. So 0-1 the count. Again, a final in softball today out in Helena in Game 1. Dickinson State won it 6-2 on the CHI St. Alexis Health scoreboard over Carroll College. Now playing the 4th game of that series. The Hawks have won 2. Carroll has won 1. We said that conference so balanced and parity. There's a nice bunt. Seller, just one play for Larson. That'll be the first base. Ooh, did he come off the bag? Nope, he did not. He kept the foot on long enough. Just about came off. Rodriguez the third. Price down to second. Salazar with a nice sack bunt. 1-4 at first base. Wyatt Wilharm, a solo home run and a ground out. He is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. A 5-2 lead for Dickinson here in the bottom of the 5th. Pitch on the way, up high for a ball from Larson. 8th batter of the inning for Dickinson State. Wilhelm watches that one sail out of the strike zone. You know, you usually run into this a little bit in these ball games, kind of, where you have that one inning where everybody seems to do well. Mayville did. They got 2. Now Dickinson has put 3 on the board to build that lead back to 3, 5-2. Big cut by Wilhelm. Couldn't catch it in the count. Goes even at 1 ball and 1 strike. In that first 4 innings, we just sailed through that time-wise. Didn't take very long. Now the 5th inning has really slowed the pace down. And again, Reddy on the mound. The right-hander. Pitch on the way. Low and away for a ball. And the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2-1 the count. So 2-1 count. Again, Reddy. Wilhelm wears number 5 on that jersey. Gets right up on the chalk in the batter's box. Right up on the plate. Here comes a 2-1 delivery from Larson. Sails outside. Ball 3. Caden Fenders, who has been hit by a pitch and has struck out in the ball game, is on deck for Dickinson State. Infield back. They're going with the normal depth with 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Third baseman in a little bit. Villarreal and Neva at short and third, but not a lot. Almost, you just call it normal depth. Here comes a 3-1 delivery down the first baseline. Foul ball. And the count to Wilhelm goes full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So the runners, well, kind of will be off. Let's wait and see what they do here. Down at third base again is Rodriguez. Courtesy runner Jack Price. The Dickinson High product down at second base for the Blue Hawks. And again, Reddy on the mound. Wilhelm. Here comes a 3-2 delivery on the way. Outside, ball 4. Second walk by Larson. Again, as we said, Lundmark struck out 8, didn't walk a batter, hit 2 batters. And the 9th batter of the inning up and coming for Dickinson State here in the bottom of the 5th. Wollaston's Caden Fenders will step to the plate. Fenders again in the ball game today. 0 for 1, been hit by a pitch and has struck out. Fender steps in for Dickinson State, hitting at .264 on the season. All ball over the top of press box row here, and the count goes to 0-1. Well, the Hawks trying to bust it open even more. Have built that lead to 3, their biggest lead of game 1. It's at 5-2. And trying to add to it here with bases loaded and 2 outs. Fender's again ready at the plate. Here comes the 0-1 delivery. Fly ball. Left field, coming over the left fielder. He's throwing a run under it, and he gets to it in time. On the letter high grab. Fender's giving a pretty good ride the opposite way, but hauled in by the left fielder Denton for out number 3, but 9 batters to the plate for Dickinson State in the 5th inning. They come up with 3 runs on a total of 4 base hits in the inning. And again, Dickinson State will take a 5-2 lead. So 3 runs on 4 hits. There were no errors in the inning for Mayville State, and Dickinson will leave 3 men on base. 5 complete. Blue Hawks lead it 5-2 on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. We're back to the ballpark. Top of the 6th coming your way in 1 minute.
Are you ready for summer fun and adventure? Spend an exciting time at Badlands Ministries just south of Medora, where you'll grow in faith and have the time of your life. For over 90 years, Badlands Ministries has provided a safe place for people of all ages and denominations to experience Christ's love. Take a leap of faith and enjoy the many activities from ropes courses, fun Bible studies, crazy games, hiking, swimming, campfires, songs, skits, and more. Call or go to badlandsministries.org. See you at camp.
You have big dreams for your community. At Rivera, so do we. Giving back more than $1 million locally each year. It's something bigger than time and money. We give heart. Wearing bright yellow and lending a hand. It's not just giving back.
Watch your step.
It's building forward.
Nice and easy.
With local sponsorships and decision making, the impact is felt everywhere. It's who we are. Rivera. Let's forge ahead together.
Dickinson State, like Mayville State, will have a new pitcher as we go to the top of the 6th. Lunsman, a nice job. He went 5 innings in the ball game and gave up a total of 5 hits. Gave up 2 runs, both 1 run earned, 1 unearned. He struck out, didn't have a strikeout. And the loop of innings he pitched, the 5 innings, did walk 1. Didn't hit a batter. Also did not have any wild pitches, but he is the pitcher of record now for Dickinson State in this 9-inning ball game, going 5, and the Hawks leading 5-2. Van Lucien will check into the lineup, and his first 2 pitches nowhere near the strike zone, so Van Lucien comes into the ball game for Dickinson State out of Belgrade, Montana, Belgrade High School. Again ready, swinging strike that time. Evan Trunko as he goes into the strike zone, and the count goes to 0-1, so 0-1 the count. And again, ready on the mound, Van Lucien settles in. That's a good idea. You brought your own clipboard. I was going to tell you that, and I forgot to tell you that. And your own score sheets, too. All right. Okay, all right. 2 balls and 2 strikes, so 2-2 the count. Ooh, just missed. Van Lucien painted that outside corner, but maybe a little bit low to Evanchenko. So the count goes full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. A lanky right-hander. Here's Lucien, Cooper Van Lucien. That pitch, ball 4. That wasn't close, so that pitch misses for a ball. So the count goes to 0-0 on the board, and down to first base goes Evanchenko, and that'll bring McQueen to the plate. So McQueen will step up to the plate. McQueen has flown out to center field pretty deep both times. As you mentioned, Cooper Van Lucien, 6'5", a senior out of Belgrade, Montana, in relief here in the ball game. That pitch misses again for a ball. 1-0 the count, so 1-0 count. And the action heavy in the Dickinson State bullpen again. They've got that 5-2 lead now. We're up 2-0, gave that up. There's a bounder third base right by the diving Tehran at third base and into left field. So a solid base hit by McQueen, and Mayville State coming right back with their 2 batters that came to the plate. 1 a walk, 1 a single. That's their 6th hit of the ball game for the Comets. To go with their 2 runs. Neva to the plate. He is 1 for 2. He had a single and had a ground out. The 1-4-3 ground out off the glove at the time of the pitcher. That time Lunsman and then went to the second baseman, Buchanan, over to the pitcher covering Lunsman for a kind of unique put out. A 3-4-1 put out at first base. That pitch misses for a ball. 1-0 the count. Top of the sixth inning, as we said, we'll go 9 here in game number 1. Beautiful afternoon at the ballpark. Pitch on the way. There's a bunt attempt. He waves and misses, so the count goes even at 1-1. I couldn't see if that ball was off the bat and in the dirt, or if we missed it or didn't bunt at it. And the umpire, late call, said strike 1. So the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, so 1-1 the count. There's another bunt. This time Van Lucien's got it, and he bobbles it. He picks it up, and he's going to bobble an air, and the base is loaded. Go to first, young man, and get the lead runner, get the runner down to first, and he looked to third and then lost concentration on the ball. That's Dickinson State's second error of the ball game, and the base is now loaded for Mayville State with nobody out. And Judish will come to the plate, and I think we're going to have a pinch hitter here now for Mayville State. Judish was scheduled to hit. He had an infield hit. Coming to the plate for Mayville State, Bodie Roberts out of New York Mills, Minnesota. So Roberts will pinch hit here. There's a fly ball, deep center field. No, it's out of here. It's a grand slam. I didn't think it was going to go out. And Mayville State has just taken the lead back. Man, just like that, Bodie Roberts with the grand slam home run. Well, talk about a game changing in a hurry. The Comets just did it right there, and a great pitching effort by Mason Lunsman, who was the pitcher of record, goes by the board. Wow, did he get that? And it got out of here in a hurry. I thought it was just going to be a deep fly ball. And it went well over Finder's head. So Roberts with a grand slam, and Mayville State takes the lead back as Heminchenko comes in to score. McQueen comes in to score. Neba comes in to score. And Roberts comes in to score. And the Comets take the lead on a grand slam home run. 4 ribbies for a pinch hitter for the Comets. And now Villarreal will come to the plate. And the Comets got the lead for the first time in this ball game. 6-5 on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. Follow tip to the backstop. So Van Lucien quickly walks the batter, makes an error, gives up a hit, and then gives up a grand slam. So a tough start for the young man out of Belgrade, Montana. See if he can settle in here in the 6th inning, swing and a miss. And the count goes to 1-2 to the number 9 hitter, Villarreal, who is 1 for 2 in the ball game with a run scored. Van Lucien again ready. Pitch on the way, swinging strike 3. There you go. And he comes back, first strikeout of the ball game for Dickinson State pitching, and Van Lucien has his first strikeout.
Number 29, Rob Gurney.
Gurney, the leadoff hitter who has walked and grounded out twice, comes to the plate. 6-5, Mayville State in the lead. Van Lucien ready on the mound again. Bases now empty, but they were full, and they were emptied quickly on that grand slam home run in the ball game by Roberts, Bodie Roberts. Stepped up and emptied the bases in a hurry. There's a line shot right at the shortstop. Hit about as hard as you can hit it, but easy play for Rodriguez. Just reached up and grabbed it. And there's the line out, F6.
Number 2, Graham Goff.
Goff to the plate. Goff has reached on an air and flown out twice. He is 0 for 3 in the ball game. But Bodie Roberts putting a hush over the crowd here, and a nice crowd it is at the ballpark today. Here comes the pitch. Bounced up there for a ball. 1-0 the count, so 1-0 count. Van Lucien again ready with 2 outs. Pitch misses low for a ball, so the count goes to 2-0. So 2-0 the count. Dickinson State down for the first time as we play in the top of the 6th inning, 6-5. Swinging strike. Ooh, that hurt. That went right off the catcher's hand and then up on that arm and wrist area. Ow, ow, ow. Farwell will check out of there and try to gather himself a little bit, but man, those things are painful. So the count, I've got 2-2, but let's wait and see what the home plate umpire has. He's going to give Farwell a little more time to gather himself in. And it might have been off something else even, maybe a little bit there. So a little bit lower than the wrist. Let's see if he's going to be okay. Ty steps back in, shakes his head. I'm ready to go, and let's go to work. 2 balls and 1 strike. Okay. Goff at the plate. Here comes the pitch. Out of play over the Mayville State dugout. Now we've got a 2-ball, 2-strike count. I knew we'd get there eventually. Trio of 2s on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and number 2 at bat. So we got a lot of 2s on the scoreboard here in the top of the 6th, and a big 4 for Mayville State on that grand slam homer. There's a bounder towards second. Buchanan up over to first, but the damage has been done as Lucian came in relief, gave up a walk, a single, then had an error when he misplayed the ball. Then the first pitch to Roberts, Bodie Roberts pinch hitting, out of the park over the right field fence. And that cleared the bases, so Mayville State took the lead for the first time, 6-5. They come up with 4 runs, and they do it on a total of 2 hits, 1 Dickinson error in the ball game, and there was no one left on base. We have played through 5.5, going to the bottom of the 6th. It is Mayville State leading Dickinson State on the CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard, 6-5. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Do you think Benny Paulson from Breaking 8 has only played 1 gig?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming to my first gig. After this concert, I'm retiring.
Of course not. Whether you're in a band playing multiple gigs a week or a family running multiple devices in your house, you need the speed and reliability to keep up. Multi-gig speeds with no lag, no buffering, always running at maximum volume. Feel like a rock star and call Consolidated for the multi-gig speed you need to amp up your internet today.
The dictionary defines community as a group of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
Bottom of the 6th inning on the CHI St. Alexius South scoreboard. Mayville State gets the lead back 6-5 with the grand salami, and the top of the 6th inning. That pitch nearly plunks Jaden Roberts, who's leading it off. Roberts has singled and scored a run in this ball game and has flown out to the shortstop. He is 1 for 2. 6-7-1 for Mayville State, and 5-7-2 for Dickinson State. Both these teams very even record-wise and standing-wise. Middle of the standings for both teams. The Comets 2-2, the Hawks 1-3. 15-10 for the Comets overall. The Blue Hawks at 14-13. That pitch again misses for a ball, so 2-0 the count. Again, Ben Larson now working into his 2nd inning, after they replaced Lundmark, who had done pretty well to the 5th when he gave up 3. Here's the pitch way outside to the backstop, and the count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike now. So 3-1 to Roberts, hitting in the number 9 spot. Then it's back to the top of the order for Dickinson State with Turan and Buchanan and Farwell stepping into the batter's box. Again, bottom of the 6th. Remember, first game, 9 innings, so we got a long ways to go in this one yet. Here comes the pitch. On the way, that's going to be in for a base hit. Will it go for extras? Nope, left fielder Denton hustles over and gathers it in and brings it in quickly. 2 for 3 now for the number 9 hitter in the lineup for Dickinson State, Jaden Roberts, and he's down at first base. And let's see if the Hawks can continue their stealing ability here. They are 7 of 7 in stolen bases today, led by pinch runner Sawyer Briner, who has stolen 5 of 5 bases. Briner can only pinch run. He can only come in and pinch run for the catcher. They have that courtesy runner. And he's come in, every time he's come in, he's stolen a base and advanced also on a wild pitch. So he's created some havoc for the mound and catching crew for Mayville State. But you got to get Farwell on base for him to come back in. Here comes a pitch. They bluffed the steal. Not going anyplace, so that time was Roberts. And the count goes to 1-0. That pitch missed outside, so 1-0 count. Turan, a ground out to second, a ground out to short, and then struck out. His last time up, he is 0 for 3 from the leadoff spot. He has hit the ball well this season. He's done a nice job, but trying to get that first hit of this ball game, they go back to first, just a short lead in the ball game. Turan, as we said, Ramon Turan, hitting on the season at .372 for Dickinson State University. Runner bluffs again. That pitch in there for a strike at the belt, inside corner. And the count, 0-2 now to Turan. So Turan, your leadoff hitter, you like those guys to get on. He's trying to do that right now here in the sixth. 0 for 3 so far in the ballgame. Hawks sent 9 to the plate last inning. Scored 3. There goes the runner. Line drive right by the second baseman. Now to roll into right center, and the runner falls down, but it will not stop him from advancing in to third base. So a good job of hitting by Turan that time, and he's got a base hit. Back-to-back hits. Dickinson threatening again here in the sixth inning. Buchanan to the plate. Buchanan 1 for 3. A single, a run scored, and an RBI, and now we're going to have a pitching change again for Mayville State. Well, we had 4 innings of just smooth sailing, consecutive, well played, quickly played, and now the wall and the pitching staffs for both teams have been hit. And this will be a pitching change for Mayville, so Larson will leave. We can't close the book on him, but he came in and worked 2/3 of an inning, and that's it. And he didn't get it out here in the sixth, so he'll leave. And he will give up a total in the ball game, in the contest, of 2 hits. The runs we can't tell you yet because the runners on base are his. He did not strike out a batter, and he walked 2 batters and didn't hit a batter. But we've got another pitching change here for Mayville State. Try and catch the number on the young man that's going to go through his warm-ups. And as he does that, we'll take another break here on KDIX Dickinson. 6-5. Mayville State in the lead. The Hawks threatening with 2 on and nobody out in the bottom of the 6th in this 9-inning game. Dickinson trails 6-5. We'll be back in 1 minute on Consolidated in KDIX.
Need a new car? Well, Dan is your man.
What do you mean I'm your man?
Well, you're the one that came up with the idea of free car washes for life.
That was a great idea. Look, here comes another one.
Da-da-da! Crime fighters to the rescue!
Buy any vehicle from Dan Porter Motors and enjoy free car washes for life.
Gonna need more bubbles.
Wait a second. Who's Bubbles?
Dan Porter Motors, baby approved, grown up guaranteed.
Hams will come in and do the pitching now for Mayville State. He'll be the 3rd pitcher for the Comets in the ball game. Again, softball earlier today, Dickinson State defeated Carroll College in game 1 of their twin bill after splitting with the Saints yesterday. They win game 1 today by a score of 6-2. Game 2 just getting underway. Dickinson State leading after 1, or in the first inning, 1-0. And the Hawks baseball team, who had not trailed all afternoon long in game number 1 until one pitch was hit out of the park by a young man from Mayville State, pinch hitting on the first pitch, a grand slam, and it gave the Comets a 6-5 lead on the CHI St. Alexis South scoreboard. There goes the runner down. There's the throw down, and in again with another stolen base for Dickinson State is Turan. So Dickinson State now in stolen bases, 8 of 8 today. And of course the leader, Briner, who has 5 stolen bases in 5 attempts in the ball game. So 2nd and 3rd now. The lead run down at 2nd. The tying run over at 3rd. Jace Buchanan, number 2 hitter in the order, at the plate. The right-handed hitter ready at the plate. Here's the pitch. A little bit high for a ball. 2-0 the count. So Hams comes in now, and he'll go to work here, but he falls behind in the count. 2-0. Pitching staff's maybe going to get a workout in this doubleheader. At least it appears to be that way. Didn't look that way through 4 innings with Lundmark and Lundsman going at it. Both are off the hook now in the ball game for wins and losses. There's a little looper in the right field. I think it's going to drop. 1 run will score. They're going to charge hard. They'll send that runner. Nope, they'll hold him up now as the throw comes in. And it was up the line a bit, but a good choice to hold that runner at third. And Dickinson State has tied it back up as Buchanan comes through. Second run scored by Roberts. Buchanan has his second hit of the ball game. His second RBI over the third. Turan. And down at first is Buchanan and Farwell to the plate. Farwell in the ball game. A single, and hit by a pitch. 2 for 2 for the Hawks, leading hitter on the season for Dickinson State. Farwell hitting at .376 coming into this ball game. There goes the runner. There's a throw down. Nope, he's going to slide in safely. Another stolen base for Dickinson State. Now 9 for 9 in the ball game, and of course the leader, Briner, I should say, with the leader for Dickinson State, Sawyer Briner, with a total of 5 of 5 stolen bases. That pitch inside corner, but a little bit low for a ball. And the count, 1 ball, 1 strike to Farwell. Farwell hits from the left-hand side, 2 for 2 in this ball game, has scored a run and driven in a run. And he readies himself. Dickinson State trying to grab the lead back after Mayville stowed it. We're now tied at 6-6 on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. Inside again. 2-1 the count. Well, the Hawks led 2-0. Then we were tied 2-2. In the top of the fifth, bottom of the fifth, Hawks scored 3 runs to take the lead back 5-2. And then, of course, Bodie Roberts with that grand slam pinch hit home run. But Mayville stayed out for the first time, 6-5. And now Hawks have tied it up 6-6 into the screen. The foul ball goes, and the count goes even to Farwell at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Ty will step back into the batter's box for Dickinson State. Farwell readies himself again. Takes a look out at the mound. Big pitch coming here from Hams. That one out of play. He liked that pitch, went for it, and just couldn't get it into play. Farwell, again, a senior out of Spruce Grove, Alberta. College of the Desert is where he came in from for Dickinson State. Two balls, 2 strikes, again ready. On the mound. Infield in all the way around. There's a fly ball left field. That will drift out of play, and the count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count. 6-6 our score on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. Mayville State and Dickinson State. It was a pitch a duel for 4 innings, now kind of turning into a slugfest through the 5th and 6th innings for these two teams. Runners off 2nd and 3rd for the Blue Hawks. Still nobody out and 1 in. Farwell bounds that into right field by the diving first baseman. 2 runs will score, and the Blue Hawks come up. And I tell you what, Ty Farwell, the leading hitter for the Hawks, is leading the Hawks. He is now 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs. And guess who gets to come into the ball game? There he is, the speedster, the theft, the stolen base expert, coming into the ball game for Dickinson State. Sawyer Briner, can he make it 6 for 6? So 2 runs come in to score. Turan scores and Buchanan scores, and now the Blue Hawks go back out in front by a score of 8-6. And now to the plate, cleanup hitter Luis Rodriguez, who has a double, an RBI, and 1 for 3 in the ball game. Let's see if Briner goes right away. Hams will take a look at him. He doesn't go that time. That pitch inside corner. Rodriguez faked the bunt and took the pitch, and the count goes to 0-1. Can he go 6 for 6? We'll see. He's 5 for 5. I don't know if that's a school record or not, but that's a lot of stolen bases through 5 innings of a game. And he's got a chance for 6 for 6 through 6 innings. There's a throw over, and he's back in safely at first base. So Rodriguez, again, readies himself. On the mound, Hams gets ready to go to work. Briner not a real big lead this time. But he's got that good speed. Nope, he's not going to go anywhere. He just dives back in the first base. Rodriguez will step out of the batter's box. On deck for Dickinson State, Moses Dokes. Oh, it has been a flip-flop affair here in this ball game from Very speedy game, very quick game to a very run-orientated, slower-paced ball game. There he goes. There's the swing and the miss. There's the throw down, and he's in again. Another stolen base. That is 6 for 6 for Briner in this ball game in stolen bases, pinch running. Unbelievable. And now 10 of 10 for Dickinson as a team in stolen bases. Well, I don't know what the coaches want for Mayville State, but doesn't appear to be happy. The count at 0-2. I don't think we're going to have a change here, but 6 for 6 for Briner on the stolen base side of things. Let's see what they're going to do here. I don't even know what they're discussing, to be completely honest with you. I know he's looking, the coach was looking more at the batter's box, maybe where Rodriguez was. He swung, maybe they felt he got into the way of the throw or something, I don't know. But I don't think he did, but I'm up here and they're down there. And the umpires, especially the one sliding into position at second base to make the call, doesn't even watch that play. He's watching the runner come in and the tag going down, so he's out of the mix. And the one at third base, that's a difficult angle. That has to be the home plate umpire's basically call, and he didn't make the call, and now the coach wanted to come out and ask him to talk it over with the umpiring crew, and I don't think Mayville State's Billy Tomlin's going to win the argument. So I would check anyway just to get Briner off the base paths. He just killed him today, 6 of 6 in stolen bases. That is crazy. Now, not only do we have a lengthy inning going, now we have a longer delay with the coach not going to win an argument, continuing to argue about the situation. And he's making his point. You got to let him make his point as an umpire to a certain point, and then you got to go, we got to continue playing ball here. And the announcer wants to continue broadcasting, and the cameramen want to continue cameraing, and the engineers, Jim Dull and Trace Wells, want to continue engineering here, and we want to get the game going again. Finally, we get going again, 0-2 the count. Let's see if Briner tries to make it 7 for 7 in stolen bases, and maybe we'll have another discussion. Again, Rodriguez ready at the plate. Here comes the pitch, low for a ball, 1-2 the count. Riley Hams, third pitcher of the ball game for Mayville State. Still nobody out here for the Hawks in this inning. They have scored 3 in the 6th. Mayville State scored 4 in the 6th. And we got 7th, 8th, and 9th innings to go yet, so hang on to your hats, and we got another game after this. Looking back towards second base, Briner not a big lead. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, shallow left field. Coming hard is Denton from left field. He'll dive, and he'll get to it. Nice diving catch that time by Denton. Just got there. That was a long run, and he had to scramble to get there, and he did, and made the diving catch on his belly for out number 1. And that'll bring Moses Dokes to the plate. Dokes in the ball game, a solo home run, an RBI, and a run scored, a walk, and a strikeout. He is 1 for 2. Well, it's been entertaining here, to say the least. Again, as the crowd continues to hang around here. Just a nice crowd for a college ball game this afternoon here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. Enjoying just a sunshiny afternoon, March afternoon. Again, pitch on the way. In there for a strike. 0-1 the count, so an 0-1 count. So Dokes will step back in. Moses on the season for Dickinson State, .329. He has 24 RBIs, right behind Farwell, who leads the team in RBIs. Briner, there he goes. There's the pitch. There's the throw. He's in safely with the stolen base, and he'll come in to score on the throwing error by the catcher. So a stolen base. He is now 7 for 7 in stolen bases in this ball game. Holy cow. That is unbelievable. And he'll come in to score, Will Briner again. So 7 for 7 in stolen bases for Briner. Dickinson State, 11 of 11 in stolen bases. There's the pitch high and away for ball 2, so 2-1 to Dokes. And Dickinson State builds the lead up to 3 points again, 9-6. As they scored 3 in the 5th, Comets came back with 4 in the 6th. The Hawks have now scored 4 in the 6th. and lead it 9-6 again. There's a fly ball left side, down the line, long run again. Shortstop hustling over. Fair territory. Good hustling play that time by Villarreal. Hauls it in fair territory, so F6 down the line. He had to run a long ways. I don't think Denton could have got to that. The third baseman turned the wrong way initially, so Neva couldn't get to it. So it was up to Villarreal, and he did his job, and that will bring to the plate Salazar, a sacrifice bunt, a couple of strikeouts, 0 for 1 in the ball game. So 0 for 1 in the contest. Here's the pitch. I think it 0 for 2 for Salazar. Again ready. The right-hander ready to go to work. Hams, pitch on the way, bounces up to the plate, back to the backstop. Larson, by the way, did end up giving up a total of 2 runs. Both were earned. Did end up walking a couple of batters and didn't strike out anybody. 2 runs have scored in addition, and those 2 runs have been charged to Hams. Swinging strike 2, and the count goes to 1-2. Well, the Hawks batted 9 batters in the 5th. They have now batted, this is the 7th batter here in the 6th inning, as they've grabbed the lead back 9-6 now on the CHI St. Alexius House scoreboard. Here comes the pitch from Hams on the way. Swinging strike 3. He got him to go. And that'll be his first strikeout. Strikeout number 9 for pitchers for Mayville State. And that will bring an end to the 6th inning. But what an inning for Dickinson State. They come up with 4 runs in that inning, and they do it on a total of 4 base hits. There were no Mayville State errors in the inning for the Comets. Oh, they did have 1 error, excuse me. They had 1 error, and again, there was a total of no one left on base. 6 complete. Dickinson State, 9 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors. Mayville State, 6 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. We're back with the 7th inning of this 9-inning ball game in Frontier Conference play, and we'll be back with you in 1 minute on Consolidated and KDIX.
Boy Toys. DTE.
Looking for a turnkey business with a proven track record? For over 50 years, our family has helped yours feel right at home with quality furniture, trusted brands, and a service that always came with a smile. Now it's time to pass the torch. Our family-owned furniture business is for sale, including all inventory, delivery trucks, and a loyal customer base. This is your solid opportunity to own a piece of history that is built on decades of care. Call 483-5108 and ask how you can own a piece of family tradition and keep the comfort going.
Now let's see, now we've got another new pitcher in there. I'm trying to spot the number for our new pitcher. 31 it looks like, so. Trent Chavez, the right-handed pitcher from Casa Grande, Arizona. Where's that at? Casa Grande, Arizona. Huh? Is that in your neighborhood of the woods? Oh, okay. So this young man coming in to pitch now. 3rd pitcher for Dickinson State, Lucian. Well, we'll give you his numbers in a moment. He just went 1 inning. And again, ready on the mound. Pitch on the way. Hit towards the shortstop. Rodriguez up with the fire, the first, and there's your putout. It's going down. Conway for the first time, other than that sac fly. He was 2 for 2 with a couple of RBI, or 1 RBI in the ballgame, and he goes out 6-3 here in the top of the 7th. And again, ready on the mound, Chavez, the right-handed pitcher, 5'10" sophomore, Casa Grande, Arizona. Right in the neighborhood of Tristan Sturrer. We'll have call number 2 and game number 2 for you here this afternoon. That pitch to Denton misses. Oh, no, they got the corner for a strike, 0-1. There's a bounder to 3rd, fielded on the hop by Turan, and he goes over to first base, and it's a 5-4 or 5-3 put out, excuse me. So quickly 2 up and 2 down for Mayville State. Evan Ronco comes to the plate. Evan Ronco. And Ronco hits from the left-hand side. He has walked and scored a run in this ball game, has flown out to first and popped out to the pitcher. So he is 0 for 2 in the ball game. Pitch on the way. That's a little bit low from Chavez, third pitcher of the ball game. He's quickly got the job done with 2 quick outs. Pitch on the way, outside corner. Did he get it? Nope, they say he missed. Cooper Van Lucien came in and he gave up 2 hits, 4 runs, including that grand slam home run. Struck out a batter, didn't walk a batter, didn't hit a batter, but Roberts, who blasted that one out, pinch hitting, made it a 6-5 ball game at the time. Now it's 9-6. Dickinson back up on top. Buchanan, smooth fielding second baseman, is smoothly getting the assist on the putout at first of Avlanchenko on the 4-3 putout. So 5-6 pitches and ground out to short, ground out to second, ground out to third, and Mayville State goes quietly for the first time in a couple of innings as they come up with no runs, no hits, and no errors. 7th inning stretch on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. Tristan Sturr, Trace Wells will be singing the Harry Carey favorite, Take Me Out to the Ball Game, and they'll be back to do it for you in 1 minute. Oh, that's it. The 7-inning game was the first game. Okay, Tristan, you get the 9-inning game. All right, that's going to do it. So that's the 7-inning game. I've gotten mixed up here. So 7 innings the first ball game, 9 innings the second ball game. So we're in the book. So let's give you a line score here. Dickinson State and Mayville State. And the Blue Hawks win it on the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. 9 runs for Dickinson State on 11 hits for the Blue Hawks. They committed 2 errors. Mayville State, 6 runs on 7 hits, and they committed 2 errors. Your winning pitcher in the ball game for Dickinson State coming in and getting the save was Chavez. Cooper Van Lucien will end up being the winning pitcher for Dickinson State. So Van Lucien gets the win, and the losing pitcher will be for Mayville State, Ben Larson in relief. And the Blue Hawks with the victory now on the season go to 15-13 overall. And in league play, they will go on the season to 2-3. The Comets go to 2-3 in league play, and overall 15-11 overall. So we'll come back with our post-game show. We'll do it for you in 3 minutes. Well, I'll be darned. I got the 7-inning game. You get the 9-inning game. And we'll come back with our post-game show for you in about 3 minutes on KDIX.
At Infinity Real Estate Group, we go to great lengths to find the answers to most any questions our clients may have. We strive to do our best to personalize your buying or selling experience with firsthand knowledge.
I love this area. How close to Medora are we?
Oh, just a hop, skip, and a bike ride away.
When it's time to choose the team to represent you with all your real estate needs, choose Infinity Real Estate Group. Experience the Infinity way.
Infinity Real Estate Group.
As your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here.
The Hub in North Dickinson is more than your ordinary convenience store. From Godfather's Pizza and the Hub Cafe to gourmet coffee, tea, and more. Stop by early for breakfast or grab something to go. We carry a variety of donuts that we make fresh every day. If your vehicle is dirty, we now have a state-of-the-art car wash at both locations. Stop in and see what we have to offer at the Hub located on North Highway 22 or the Hub West Dakota Oil on East Villard in Dickinson. We're changing the way people think about the convenience store industry.
Saving money feels impossible when you're young, but Western Cooperative Credit Union is here to help. Our CU Succeed program gives you monthly interest payments, free checking, easy and secure online banking, and a 1% discount on a one-time loan. Plus, earn cash for being on the honor roll with our Good Grades program. Get started today at wccu.org. Western Cooperative Credit Union. Join the herd. Visit us today. Federally insured by NCUA.
West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company proudly offers products and services that help fuel our customers' lives with clean burning propane and bulk fuel and convenient on-site delivery with premium farm and road fuels. We provide energy where and when you need it most, with locations throughout Southwest North Dakota. West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company. Locally owned, locally strong. The products you need with the service you deserve.
Are you ready for summer fun and adventure? Spend an exciting time at Badlands Ministries just south of Medora, where you'll grow in faith and have the time of your life. For over 90 years, Badlands Ministries has provided a safe place for people of all ages and denominations to experience Christ's love. Take a leap of faith and enjoy the many activities from ropes courses, fun Bible studies, crazy games, hiking, swimming, campfires, songs, skits, and more. Call or go to badlandsministries.org. See you at camp.
Thanks to Sagan Osborne and the Dickinson State Blue Hawks, well, they win it with a big sixth inning. They come up with 4 runs in the bottom of the sixth after Mayville State had scored 4 runs in the top of the sixth, and then the Hawks go 1-2-3. They shut out Mayville State to pick up the 9-6 victory. Again, your line score 9-11-2 for Dickinson State, 6-7-2 for Mayville State. Dickinson State now 15-13 overall. Mayville State 15-11 overall, and both teams now 2-3 in Frontier Conference play for the two teams. Dickinson State, big day for a couple of guys. Ty Farwell, the leading hitter for the Hawks, went 3 for 3 and got hit by a pitch. He had 3 singles, drove in 3 runs, didn't score a run, but the guy that had the other big hit was the guy that courtesy run. Farwell, the catcher, every time he got on base, and he was on base a total of 4 times, coming in to run for him was Sawyer Briner, who stole 7 bases in 7 attempts individually in 6 innings. That's pretty good. 11 of 11 in stolen bases for the game for Dickinson State. Again, the Hawks also got 2 RBIs from Jace Buchanan. He had 2 hits in the ball game and 2 RBIs for the Blue Hawks. A solo hit, a double for Rodriguez and an RBI. Dokes had a solo home run, a run scored and an RBI. Wilhelm, a solo home run and a run scored and a run driven in. And Roberts also had 2 hits for Dickinson State. So multiple hit guys were Farwell with 3, Buchanan with 2, and Roberts with 2 in home runs. Dokes and Wilhelm had home runs, and what a day for the young pinch runner, Sawyer Briner, the outfielder, senior from Petersburg, Alaska, 7 for 7 in stolen bases today. Mayville State led by the grand slam by the pinch hitter, Bodie Roberts, in the 6th inning. That gave them a 6-5 lead. And also a big day for Conway, who went 2 for 3 in the ball game for Mayville State. But again, your final, Dickinson State wins it 9-6. We'll take a quick time out here from ND Pharmacy. Then we'll come back with our Blue Hawk player of the game, and we'll do it for you in 30 seconds on KDIX and Consolidated. Thank you much. Well, we're going to go with the guy that just been visiting with Sagan Osborne, the Sports Information Director. It's a record, 7 of 7 in stolen bases for Mr. Briner. And we're going to give honorable mention to the guy that allowed him to go 7 for 7 in the ball game. That was the catcher for Dickinson State, their leading hitter on the season, Farwell, Ty Farwell, who went 3 for 3, drove in 3 runs, and had a run scored, or didn't have a run scored, as all the runs scored were by Briner. So those 2 guys, between the 2 of them, 7 stolen bases, so 7 of 7 for Briner. He's our player of the game. Honorable mention, again, we'll go to the catcher for Dickinson State, Ty Farwell, who went 3 for 3 with the RBI. It's kind of tough not to give it to him, but school record 7 for 7. It's hard not to give a guy that. And the Hawks, again, 11 of 11 in stolen bases today against Mayville State. Well, the Hawks win game 1, got up 2-0, got tied up 2-2. went up 5-2, got behind 6-5, and then put that 4-run sixth inning together and came back for the victory in game number 1, 9-6. On the CHI St. Alexius Health scoreboard. Not too bad of a played game. A 2-hour and 12-minute ball game in game number 1, the 7-inning game. Game number 2 was scheduled to start at 4. We'll go before 4. It's about 3:15, so we'll get going before 4 o'clock. Not quite sure how long they're going to take here. The teams are going to take a little break here and take a little lunch break and take a little in-between game break. We'll do the same. JD will let you know. We'll just keep this line open, and I'll give you a buzz up when we're getting closer to go. We'll let Tristan Sturr get into my seat and take over. Again, your final in game 1, Dickinson State 9 and Mayville State 6. We'll be back with game number 2 in about 15 to 20 minutes. JD?